Hello, folks. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Chris Boucher. I am the interim chair of the math department at Salem State University. And this short video is meant to be a sort of video introduction to our department, a remote video introduction. So the first thing I'm going to do is take you on a real quick virtual tour of our department by looking at this video I made on my computer. So we are looking now sort of straight out from my office door at our department's kind of common area. In pre-COVID times, students would gather here a lot in between classes to sort of work together. This area is ringed by faculty offices. So there's a faculty office over here right behind me and right to my left. As I look at this, there are more faculty offices. You can see there's whiteboards for students to work on, more faculty offices down here. So the students are surrounded by their professors at this in this area. This is a little bit less trafficked now. During COVID times, we had a long period of being entirely remote. As of now, it's fall 2021. We're about half in person and half remote, and who knows how that's going to go in the future. I hope that we get more in person. At any rate, again, faculty office on my right, our department or one of our department bulletin boards on the right with all kinds of notices there of job opportunities, conferences, and so forth. These are just supply closets. That's not very interesting. Another faculty office right there, coming out into another sort of common area here. And what we're about to look at, these plaques list winners of our annual Thomas Lathrop Award. You may be able to just make out the plaque in the upper right that describes the award. So we give this every spring to one or two outstanding mathematics majors, depending on the semester, and an outstanding computer science major. Thomas Lathrop was a professor of mathematics who was instrumental in founding the computer science department back in, I think, the early 80s. So in any event, we keep on going. Here is the faculty office, is that door on the left. Again, we've got a little seating area, our mailboxes, and then out here to reception. So this is that's Rachel, one of our student workers. And this is sort of the space you would first enter the math department from the outside world. We are on the third floor of the Sullivan building. So we are now about to leave the department and go out onto the third floor of the Sullivan building because I just wanted to show you our math lab, which is right here. So the math lab is a tutoring center. It's a drop-in tutoring center where tutoring is available and free to all Salem State students. The tutoring goes up to about Calculus 2. Basically, any freshman level math class would be covered by the tutoring center. And then next door to this, which I don't think the video will show, there's a computer lab that contains a bunch of machines that any Salem State student can use at any time if computer access or Wi-Fi access is an issue. So there's our computer lab. There's a couple of the tutors hanging out, waiting for some business. And I think we'll spin around here. This is, so most of the math classes are in the rooms on this hallway. So these are math classrooms down here, and there's another one over here, and then through the double doors there, there are a few more. But I think we're just going to swing around. This is how you would enter the math department from the outside world. Hello, Rachel. Back into our supply area. So this is sort of the back office stuff, the copier machine and all that not terribly interesting stuff. And then back to the common area, and there is my office straight ahead. Okay, so that is what the department looks like. A few sort of facts and figures and pieces of information by way of introduction. I'm Chris Boucher. As I say, I am the interim chair. I'll probably be chair for this academic year and next. So that would be through spring of 2023, and then it will be somebody else's role. My contact information, don't hesitate. If you have any questions or want to know more about the math department, please feel free to shoot me an email or give me a phone call. We are a small-ish department at Salem State. We have 8 full-time faculty. The number of part-time faculty fluctuates from semester to semester. So full-time faculty typically teach 4 classes each semester. Part-time faculty teach about 2 or so classes each semester. The full-time faculty all have offices here. The part-time faculty have office space as well, but they share a little bit more than the full-time faculty. These numbers, about 59 declared math majors, 28 math minors, those are low by historical standards. So those have come down a little bit in the past few years. But as I say, a smallish major, we typically graduate on the order of 10 to 15 majors per year. There are sort of 3 credential programs in our department. There is the straight up Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. So 2 advantages of this. One, I am biased, but I think a degree in mathematics is an incredibly powerful and useful tool. And the other is mathematics is a small major, 37 credits. The Salem State requires 120 credits total to graduate. So you can see that's only a little bit more than a 1/4 of those credits. Your general education program will take up in the 35 to 40 credit neighborhood. So mathematics is a great major to pair with another major or minor. Because of its small size, you can fit it into your program. We also have a 4+1 program that provides a bachelor's in math together with a master's of education. This is for aspiring school teachers. So this is a more intensive program in the sense that there's a lot more coursework that is prescribed, a lot more required coursework in this than in just the regular BS in mathematics. And then we have a minor, which is a small program, only have to take 5 courses. This is very popular with students in other STEM disciplines, in chemistry and physics, computer science, biology, etc. They'll often take a couple extra math classes and get themselves a minor for their trouble. Our graduates do all kinds of different things. Teaching is probably the most common. So, you know, the employment that is most common among our graduates, I would say, is school teaching at all levels, but especially the high school level. We have a couple of students who go on to graduate school in mathematics or sometimes in related fields. But we also have a number of students who work in IT or software jobs, or students who work in financial services, and along with a variety of other sort of technical fields. I am of the belief that a math major can do just about anything because you have signaled the world that you can learn complicated material, which means you can literally do anything. Okay. Just for fun, see, these are some famous math majors. I should update this. I made this a few years ago, but hopefully you recognize a few of the names on this list. Matt Groening produced The Simpsons. David Robinson's a Hall of Fame NBA player, et cetera, et cetera. So here are some practicalities about these programs in math. If you're interested in being a math major, your sort of starting point is the calculus sequence, calculus 1 and calculus 2. You have to take them in that sequence. You can't take them at the same time. So as a beginning student, the course you're aiming at is calculus 1. Now, it's possible that you're not quite ready for calculus 1 and you need to take pre-calculus first. We do offer a credit-bearing pre-calculus course, and that's just fine. We have plenty of math majors who do that. As I mentioned, math is a smallish major, so you've got plenty of room in your program to take sort of a warm-up class or 2 before you get into the foundation of the major. Again, this depends on the individual and sort of what your mathematical background is like. It's also possible that you're kind of on the other end of the spectrum and you had maybe a good AP calculus class in high school, and you might be in a position to skip over this class. If you get a 3 or better on the AP exam, then you are in a position to skip over this class. And if you're thinking that that might be a good idea, I encourage you to get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to sort of talk to you about that and figure out where the best place is for you to start. So along with the calculus sequence 1 and 2, there are these 2 other classes that form sort of the foundation to the major. 218 is a 1-credit class, so it's really kind of 1/3 of a class, not very intense. It's just designed to introduce you to a couple of useful pieces of software. And then Intro to Proof is kind of the gateway to the meat of the major, where we introduce students to writing mathematical proofs, which is the heart of the discipline. Then there's a block of classes in the middle. It's not worth it, I think, in this video going, and this should be Calculus 3. That's a typo. Sorry about that. We had Calc 1 and Calc 2 above. In any event, there's a block of classes here in the middle that all math majors have to take. Once you get through the foundation and the middle block, you just have to take 3 other upper level classes that have to include the senior seminar class that you take at the end of your senior year. And that's that too. As I say, math major is a fairly compact major. It pairs well with other programs. The minor, even smaller. Basically, you just have to take the calculus sequence and 3 other math classes. There are some restrictions. They're too intricate to go into in this slide, but they're not that restrictive. This is close to accurate that you could take the calculus sequence and 3 other math classes. I would point out that computer science majors are required to do so. This is a total of 5 courses in the minor. Computer science majors have to take 4 of them for their major requirements anyway. So if you're a computer science major, you just have to take 1 more course and you get a minor in mathematics. And so a lot of computer science majors, not surprisingly, do just that. Okay, a couple other quick things. The Math Society is our student organization. This has been a little bit down lately because of COVID. Of course, people can't really come together and do stuff the way they have before. But pre-COVID, this group did a lot of cool stuff. It's open to any Salem State student who's interested. We've gone to see plays, we've gone to see talks, we've participated in various kinds of mathematical contests. And in conjunction with Professor Kathy Crow, who is one of our full-time faculty members, they host an annual math conference along with Gordon College and Merrimack College. It's a lot of fun. It's on a day in April. Again, unfortunately, this did not happen in 2020 and 2021 because of COVID. We are hopeful and crossing our fingers that this coming April 2022, we will be able to rekindle the undergraduate math conference. And that is that. Let me close again by reminding you of my contact information and encouraging you not to hesitate to be in touch with any questions, concerns, or if you just want to talk about math at Salem State. Be well. I hope to see you in our department at some point in the near future. All the best.